Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shelly. I still have that strap and I don't notice it until I get on camera with you guys. Sorry. How's everybody doing? If you are new here, welcome. Hi, welcome back to my channel. I am still hobbling around on my busted ankle, but I'm here to share again some stuff. Now I say again because I filmed a whole video and I was so excited about it. I'm like, look at you with the good makeup, and I was very, very happy about it. And then the whole thing got corrupted on my SD card. So after fighting it for like 3 days, trying to recover it, I finally decided, you know, I still have the makeup. So let's go ahead and do it. You probably saw in the subject line, but I've got a whole bunch of makeup that came in from, not came in, I ordered it. They didn't send it to me. None of this is sponsored, affiliated, endorsed, nothing like that. But I had a whole bunch of makeup from About Face. It was one of those things that in 2023, I really wanted to try the brand. I hadn't yet. I know it's Halsey's brand. I know she came out with a sub-brand, a little more economical one called AF94, I think, that you can get at Walmart. I don't ever go to Walmart, and I don't really, I mean, I go like once a year, maybe, depending on what I'm doing and what I need at the time. So I took a look last time I was in and I didn't see anything from the brand. So it could be that my little town Walmart doesn't carry the brand. I don't know. Anyway, but I did order a bunch of stuff from their website and I filmed a whole video and then the video disappeared on me. So we're filming this again. I think I mentioned that just a few seconds ago. We're filming it again. I'm gonna try to recreate the look that I used the first time because I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna do something different this time. Even though I'm not affiliated, endorsed, nothing like that, I'm gonna try to include links down below. I find that when I film, if I don't have my reading glasses readily available, it's sometimes hard for me to read the fine print on packages. And I recall that in the video that I first did, that I was having a hard time reading the names of the shades. So I figured I would just take my order history and plug it in to the description box with links. So if you're interested in any of the products, I will have them listed over there. However, I don't get anything if you guys use them. There's not an affiliated, sponsored, PR link, nothing like that. I'm literally just sharing it easy for you so that if you guys find yourself interested in any of these things, you can pick them up easily. Okay, after I placed my initial order, I did buy 2 more products. So I'm gonna go through, I mean, in addition to the cute little case that I purchased because apparently I felt like I needed to put all these things in one location. I have a number of eyeshadows. I like the blush so much, I bought a second blush. I've got some eyeliners in front of me, some lip products, a couple lip products. I don't even know what this is. Oh, that's a highlighter, which I never used, but I think it was part of a kit. I'm gonna start with their eyeshadow primer. And I even got a mascara since I'm finally got through my little sample of stuff that I had from, what was I using? Like Too Faced sample. It was in with my travel stuff. I only got through that. So I guess this is a good chance to try some new stuff. And again, this is not a first impression because I did a video. I did my first impression video that I lost. It just says About Face on it. Smoothing Shadow Fix. I also picked up her, it's like a primer spray and setting spray. And I knew before I was going into it that it was gonna be aggressive. I just had that feeling by looking at this particular bottle that it was gonna be kind of aggressive. This reminds me of the old school water bottles we used in the 80s to kind of mist our hair before we put in whatever gel was gonna make it crunchy and look more like a spiral perm, you know, back in the 80s. This kind of reminded me of that just by looking at it, and upon using it, it's no better. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it again. I'm gonna hold it a little bit further away, and I suspect it'll get all over my hair too. So I'm gonna try to pull my hair up a little bit since I just washed it and dried it. So here's the thing about this. I feel like I get more on my lap than I do on my face. I'm not really quite sure what that is all about, but anyway, it's supposed to be a primer and a setting spray. So we're just gonna go ahead and smooth away any of the droplets. I did not pick up a foundation, so let me grab this one from Charlotte Tilbury. Conveniently located, and it's relatively new in the collection, and I've been enjoying it. This is one of those days that I'm done with work, my husband's not home, my son left for work, I'm still hobbling around on crutches or my scooter. I feel like I'm not behind, which is rare. So we're gonna try to get a couple videos done today. You guys, I haven't really talked about the equipment that I use when I film. I think I did mention recently though that my camera has pretty good audio quality. I've noticed since I've been filming up here that I really do hear a lot of the ambient noise. I hear my heater running. I don't have AC on, but I noticed last year that when I was being recorded on my computer, that the AC unit that's right outside, I would pick it up quite a bit too. So when I'm filming down in my room, this is the Kosas concealer. When I'm filming down in my normal regular space, I don't have a heat register in there. So it's rare that you hear any of those ambient noises. I apologize. I know some of you guys have said that you really like me filming up here in my home office. I don't know if it's a lighting thing. I've always struggled with my lighting downstairs anyway, because I don't have any natural light. Technology, you know. That's something they don't think about. They don't tell you about when they're like, oh yeah, you know, do a YouTube channel. Then they don't tell you about the technology piece. And sometimes maybe you do know about the technology piece, and you're like, not doing it. That's too much effort. My son brought me a coffee today, so. This is the blush that I got the first time. I've since picked up a pink one too. I don't know which one I want to use. I think I want to just stay with the one that I got. Actually, you know what? Maybe we'll layer both of them. But I was so impressed with this that I picked up a second color, and I'm glad I did. So this is the first one I picked up. A little bit more on your coral side, and then obviously this one over here. And they're both called Cheek Freak. This one is called Quickie, and this one's called Laid. Why do they do that? I don't understand why they do that. But anyway, that's the more of a pinky rose colored. You know what, for fun, let's try that brush from e.l.f. that was like one of their putty bronzer, putty blushes, one of their putty products. So I'm just gonna grab a little of this, and we'll see if this isn't as nice as the other one. Yeah, okay, so she's pigmented, she builds up, and just like the first time that you didn't hear me talk about it, I really feel like it looks beautiful on the skin. Wow, I am so glad I have these. It doesn't seem like it's picked up the foundation underneath, so that's nice. And so far it doesn't feel like it's sliding around at all, but I haven't really been touching it. So we'll have to see. After we put powder on and setting spray, we'll have to see how that looks. I'm so sorry that it's dark in here. I know that we've got, you know, kind of sort of Jekyll and Hyde light and dark in here, and I am so sorry, you guys. As soon as I can start filming downstairs again, I will, just for the consistency of the lighting quality. So as I am now officially caught up on all of my former film video stuff, like I got caught up in December. This is the reason why I do a kind of like a vlogmas, for lack of a better term, where I post a lot of content. Part of it is to get caught up on stuff that I filmed that I had never posted. Sometimes I do that because I pre-film and then something new comes in and then I bump it, and then sometimes I never get back around to it. So it's a way for me to kind of take all that film that I have done, get caught up, repost it. I'm gonna grab this peach color too, just to see what that looks like over the top of the pink. Oh yeah, that's pretty. I really liked this one. I liked this so much that, like I said, I went out and bought the pink one, and it's a really lovely shade of coral. I'm happy I have these ones. Yeah, very much so. I'm just gonna take my foundation sponge and just kind of meld the two together, which is gonna soften it just a little bit. Because now I'm relatively caught up, would you guys be interested in I don't know, maybe once a month doing a Will I Buy It? I know that there's been a lot of YouTube content creators that have done this over the years. There's a few of them out there, and I enjoy seeing them. And then Sam March kind of backed off from doing it. I think she's recently started doing a little bit of it again, but she's not doing as much of them. Anyway, I enjoyed those type of videos. So if you guys are interested in my take on that, kind of going through some of the sites that post the new releases, and am I interested in purchasing it? Do I need it in my collection? What are my initial thoughts on it before actually seeing it? As somebody who's more than likely not going to get it in PR, still spending my own money on it. If you guys are interested in that, let me know. Leave me a comment down below. Okay, I picked up 3 of these eye paints from About Face. All your products are About Face. They did send me one of these mixing palettes, I guess. We're gonna call it like a painter's palette. So I'm gonna use that for these, but I'm gonna start with this kind of taupey tan kind of color. And I have started using this in place of any of my eye palettes. I've decided that I really actually like this, especially days that I'm wearing glasses or I'm not really doing anything. I've found that I really like this shade. I think it goes on smoothly, I'm very excited to have this. It reminds me a little bit of the Too Faced Melted Chocolate Shadows, but I think that it doesn't dry down as quickly. So like you could literally probably put this product on both eyes and then distribute it. Whereas with the Too Faced, you really have to kind of work quickly. You put it on one eye and you immediately have to distribute it, otherwise it's locked into place. I think this does still lock in. It's matte, it's comfortable. I have zero issues with it. It applies quickly, but it doesn't dry like cement before you get a chance to do anything with it. So anyway, I think if you're a minimalist or if you're somebody who doesn't really spend a lot of money on makeup, but you want to try the brand, this particular eyeshadow is my favorite. And of course, I can't read it, so I'm gonna have to list it down below. I'll try to list it and put down like the tan one, the blue one, the green one, just so that you guys can, I'll make it a little bit easier for you. Okay, we're gonna let that dry down a little bit. While we're doing that, I'm gonna grab the lip liner and we'll apply this really fast. I do have a little bit of a Sigma lip mask on from before. Mostly gone now. So even though I put a lip mask on recently, this does not slide around on top of it. But again, like I said, most of it's kind of been blotted off by now. The thing about this formula is I feel like there's no tug on it. It's not so dry that it drags on your lips, which I appreciate, but it's also not so slick that it kind of slides off, which sometimes you get those, you get those lip liners that are they just want to slide all over and they just don't adhere. This one I think is the best of both worlds. I think it's not too firm and it's not too slippery, and it almost feels like if you were to take, one of the lipstick bullets, like an old school lipstick bullet, and turn it into a pencil. That's what this feels like. It is creamy enough, but yet thick enough that it feels like an actual lipstick that just happens to be in lip liner form. I did pick up a lip product here. Like I said, I've got two different lip products. This one is the liquid lip. We'll have to see what this does. My first impression, or my recollection, I don't think it ever really dried down all that much, but I do like the color. I think it's a great summer, spring color. I think it goes great with the blush. I'm excited to have it. I also do have a lip gloss. We'll put that on in a few minutes. I'm gonna throw some of this highlighter on. I'm not normally a highlighter person, but since I got it, I think I had gotten a kit, and I'm sorry that I've taken all the packaging out. I did that on my first video. So I can't show you what came in as a kit. I'm pretty sure that the other two liquid eyeshadows and the eyelid primer came in a kit. I just don't recall if this highlighter came in with something else too. I think it looks actually really pretty on the skin, and it's not so much a, hey, notice me from outer space kind of highlighter, because that's just not me. I am gonna take a little bit of it and we'll just plop it right here, kind of do a little eye brightener. Now, if you were a minimalist, I didn't do anything with my eyebrows, sorry. If you're a minimalist, let that be alone and throw on some mascara, you can. However, I've got some more things to use. Because I bought two of these liquid eyeshadows, they're like a liquid paint. They both say Fluid to Paint. So they're both matte. I'm gonna take a smear of them and put them on my palette here just to give it something to work with, because I'm gonna use a little brush. So I just basically take the applicator on it and just put a little twist. There's no way to show it, so I just put a little twist of each of those colors right on here. Okay, so I've got a Rephr 34. I'm gonna use this as my eyeliner brush, and I'm gonna take the blue to start with, and I'm just going to make sure that I don't have any weird, whatchamacallits, but I'm gonna take this from the center of my pupil, and we're gonna draw this right along the lash line, and we'll extend it just a little bit further. Okay, we'll do the same thing on this side. A little bit more challenging to reach across, but that's what we're gonna do. So about halfway across my lid, and then out a little bit. And I think when I did this the first time, I might have put down another eyeliner first, like a shadow stick, because I've got a couple shadow sticks. So we'll have to pretend I did that. I think I'm gonna use that in a different way though. Okay, so I know that looks a little rough because I have, it stops halfway through, but I'm gonna clean off and I'm gonna go into that green. So I'm just picking up the green that I've added to my little palette, and I'm gonna take this from where I left off with the blue and continue in. I know that when I did this the first time, I was so happy with it that I took a picture I should probably look at the picture, but I'm just having fun playing with these again. Okay, so now I'm gonna take this green and I'm gonna go right on top of that blue that I used, not like over it, but above it, if that makes sense. All right, so I have a green or a blue that's halfway and up, and then I've got the green on top of it. So these should dry down pretty good. And I'm not somebody who ever does like, you know, a serious wing liner, but I thought this was actually really kind of pretty and a fun way to do it. There's liquid eye paints. Kind of glamorous, I don't know. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take one of the shadow sticks. It's the dark one. I think it's black. No, it's like a gray. So I'm gonna take this down below here. I think when I did my first look that I did, I think I used this first and then I did the blue paint over the top of it. You could use this just as a shadow stick as it's intended, but I really like using a shadow stick as an eyeliner because I think that it makes it a little softer. Okay, and then I picked up this minty green one too, which I thought would be fun with that blue, or I thought would be fun with the other green when I originally got it. So I'm just gonna use this on the inside, which will hopefully make it a little bit more cohesive, and yet it's still a nice light shade. I don't like pastels, but for whatever reason, this one I'm digging. While I could leave well enough alone because I also picked up 2 other eyeliners, I'm gonna take one of them, this must be the black one, and I'm gonna use this for my waterline, which will make it a little bit more intense. I think what I'm liking about this particular look is that it's coming across as being pretty simple because it's got, you know, you've got that neutral shade all of the lid, but then it's all about the liner. And that's not something I ever focus on. I get a little concerned about, where'd my mascara go? There it is. I get a little concerned about doing too much liner on my closed set hooded eyes because I think it can make your lids look smaller. This is the About Face mascara. I've only used it that one other time. My lashes right now are a little sparse and stubby because I've stopped using my Babe Lash since I've had my broken ankle. So my lashes are not as spectacular. Well, I don't think they ever really were spectacular, but they're certainly not as nice as they were for a while. I think this mascara though, especially now that it's been open for a little bit, I think it's actually fine. I'm not getting a ton of clumps. I'm getting a little bit of length on it. Maybe not so here, not so much out of the outside. Did I get it on my eyelid already? Probably. All right, I might as well put a little of it down here just for fun. A fun way to do color without being kind of intimidated by the color. I don't know, I feel very colorful right now. I'm not gonna do it right now, but the last time I played with these eye paints, I actually took some of that blue and buffed it into kind of like the outer corner, and then, I mean, not right now, like I have it now, but buffed it in the outer corner and then buffed it up into the crease. And it actually sheared out in a way, I think I literally just got that on my eyelid, sheared out in a way that was actually really flattering. Kind of almost was like a blue gray instead of being like, you know, the solid blue or solid green lines that I have right now. Okay, mascara's on. I think I'm gonna keep this mascara out and open, and this is gonna be the mascara I use now kind of going forward for a little bit. Let's put a little setting powder on. I got one from Sigma, figured might as well just keep using that since it's here. This one's in shade Buttermilk, which is slightly darker than I probably need this time of year, but I keep using it, so no one's told me that it looks horrible. You guys will be real with me if you need to. And tell me what you think. Okay, so overall, not horrible. It's a different look for me with all the focus being on the liner because I feel like I do lose some of that real estate. I kind of want to go through and fix it, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to leave it the way it is right now. I do have their lip gloss. This is in a little bit more of a nudie kind of color, which is sort of my preference, nudie cool tone. I'm pretty sure it's a lip plumping one because it's got a little bit of minty flavor to it, scent, a little minty scent to it. And I'm keeping it right to the center. Kind of tone down a little bit of that coral that was in the liquid lip. That's everything. I did pick up a purple liner too, which I like, but I don't want to put any more eyeliner on right now. I've got enough. So this is it. I can tell you right now that some of my favorite products so far from this brand, the stuff that I've tried so far, I really like the blushes. This one I think I like better than the pink, but that's just my own personal preference, and I think as we get into warmer months, that's gonna be the one that I reach for. I do really like the lip gloss. Like, I really like the lip gloss. I like the kind of minty flavor to it. I do really, really love this tan colored eyeshadow. I've been using this so much. If you get nothing else from the brand, I would encourage you to try that, or the blush. I like both of them. The eyeshadow primer, I don't really notice anything really crazy. Maybe it's because I haven't really tried the eyeshadows without the eyeshadow primer. Maybe then I would know if it was different. These little chubby sticks, they're cute, they're fun. There's so many of these out on the market. I don't know that you need to get these from a bath base. You can get ones from Ulta Beauty and their own store brand. NYX has them. I mean, there's a lot of them sitting out there. So I don't know that you necessarily need to buy these. I don't mind it. I do like the minty green. I think it's kind of an unexpected fun pop of color. The eyeliners are okay. They're not, you know, they're fine. When I look at my waterline, I mean, they're there. They haven't ran off yet. I don't know that I've done necessarily a wear test on them. The only thing in the brand that I don't love, I don't even know where I put it. Right here it is. It was hiding from me. Is this setting spray. I'm half tempted when I'm done with this. This is my Charlotte Tilbury Travel Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. I'm almost, in fact, I think I'm about done with it. Once I'm done with this, I might take this and put it in here because I think I like the sprayer on this better. So let's set this down. Yeah, I feel as it's falling, I get so much on my lap. I can feel it through my leggings, which is not spectacular. But anyway, that's the makeup for today, or for now anyway. Tell me what you think about Halsey's About Face brand. Did you get any of it? Do you like any of it? Does this help you decide whether there's products that you're thinking that you might like? I feel like the eye paints remind me a little bit of what Lady Gaga might have tried to been doing, and I didn't get any of her eye paints. Maybe I will. They just seem like colors I wouldn't necessarily have used or gravitated towards. But anyway, you guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys are doing really well. About Face brand, links down below. Again, not sponsored, affiliate, endorsed. Don't care if you buy it or not. It's not helping me if you guys do. I just figured I'd do it out there for ease of use since I couldn't be bothered to look at the shade names. So anyway, you guys, please consider sticking around. Click the little subscribe button. It's free. Ring the bell to get notified. I upload Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. I do take requests, so if there's something that you've picked up recently that you're like, hey, I need some inspiration, or I want your opinion on it, or something that you're considering, let me know. Leave me a comment down below. And until my next video, bye for now.